The history of Mollie Nye cannot be told without mentioning the influences upon her in her early childhood as part of a pioneer family. She spent the years after World War I living and learning with her teacher mother Olive and younger sister Joyce. She watched her mother cope with and successfully teach under difficult and impoverished circumstances. Her father must also be mentioned, since he and his parents played important parts in the development of North Vancouver, raising her awareness of community involvement. Mollie's grandparents, on her father's side, emigrated from Brighton, England to Vancouver in the 1890s. In fact, the three eldest boys came out first in 1888. Seated in the center of this photograph are Arthur Dalton Nye and his wife Catherine, surrounded by their 7 children. Mollie's father, Jack Nye, is second from the right in the back row. Mollie's grandfather built a house at 6th and Chesterfield in North Vancouver. He served the community as a constable, a councillor, and a justice of the peace. Mollie's father, Jack, like his father before him, became very involved in the community. Over the years, he guided groups of hikers up Grouse Mountain for the Vancouver Tourist Bureau, served as a fireman and as a police commissioner, served on the executives of the Lynn Valley Ratepayers Association, the Lynn Valley Legion, and the Lynn Valley Conservative Association. On October 24, 1899, Jack Nye left for the Boer War in South Africa. His company is shown here at the Drill Hall in Vancouver the day before they left. As a result of his service, he received a military grant of 160 acres in Lynn Valley, and on this land he built what we now know as Mollie Nye House. In 1909, District Council paid $1,000 to Jack for land to build the Municipal Hall on. The original stone wall remains in front of what is now the Lynn Valley Care Centre. This enabled the handsome young man to embark on a trip, first to Australia and then on to England. Jack returned to Canada in 1911 on the steamship Megantic, where he met Olive Seddon Punch, who was coming to Vancouver to visit her sister, Eva Compston. Olive's father died when she was 4 years old, leaving her mother the formidable task of raising 4 daughters in the Lake District of England, 3 of whom became teachers. Jack and Olive were married October 2, 1911, at St. John's Anglican Church in North Vancouver. During the spring and summer of 1913, Mollie's father Jack built the house at 940 Lynn Valley Road, then known as Pipeline Road, in anticipation of the arrival of Florence Mary Nye, known to us all as Mollie. It was built in the Craftsman style by Norman Cross and designed by his father, Vernon Cross. On September 23, 1913, Mollie Nye was born at Harbour View Hospital, now Emerald Park Lodge. Note the flower in her hand. She became an avid gardener and an artist whose favorite theme was flowers. In December of 1915, a second daughter was born to Jack and Olive, Joyce Eva Nye. In 1942, Joyce was married to Jenno Machel in Lynn Valley United Church, and they had 3 children. Joyce also became a teacher. The girls are seen here in Mahon Park, all ready for maypole dancing. Mollie's Aunt Florence, on her mother's side, taught school for 2 years at Ridgeway Elementary, then returned to England. In later years, she would sponsor a big event in Mollie's life, a European trip. Mollie was able to visit some of the locations where her family had lived in England. Well-known Lynn Valley pioneer Walter Draycott was a close friend of the family. He stayed with the Jack Nye family on his return from World War I while building a house on Draycott Road. During the 1914-18 war years, Jack and Olive were heavily taxed on their property. As a result, they lost most of their land until they were left with only 2.5 acres. In order to help make ends meet, Olive returned to teaching. She held a British teaching certificate, which was not valid in BC, but accepted in Alberta. So it was that in 1919, Olive and her two small daughters, Mollie and Joyce, left North Vancouver for Liberty School, 23 miles south of Bassano, Alberta. They boarded in the attic of a nearby house. In winter, it was so cold the water barrel froze, and it was necessary to wear fleece-lined sleepers, woolen mitts, sweaters, bonnets, and socks to bed to keep from freezing. Olive's second posting was Glencoe School at Soda Creek. It was the place of education for Mollie and about 13 to 20 other children, in a little log school which had 5 windows and was very dark, but a stove kept them warm and comfortable in winter. Though the school was flooded regularly and plagued by a family of rats, Olive produced lovely Christmas concerts and organized the first library in the Caribou. Olive's final Alberta posting was at the village of Fairplay, 26 miles from Calgary. Water was very precious here and would be used first for bathing the children, then the adults. Then the washing was done, and lastly the water was used to scrub the floor. Jack visited often at these schools when not working in construction. In the meantime, Olive attended the University of Alberta and obtained her Canadian teacher's license. She obtained a position at Roche Point School, and the family were reunited at 940 Lynn Valley Road. Mollie's father, Jack, built a cart for the girls, barely seen in the left background, and they enjoyed many go-kart rides. The homes in Lynn Valley in those days sat on large pieces of property, and everyone had a big garden. Many people had goats, chickens, cows, or horses as well. Mollie attended Lynn Valley School, North Van High School, and King Edward High School, followed by obtaining her teaching diploma at the Provincial Normal School in Vancouver in 1932. She went on to earn a Bachelor of Education degree at the University of British Columbia in 1943. In September of 1932, Mollie left for her first posting to a one-room country school 15 miles south of Golden. Her salary was $65 a month, 25 of which went for room and board. A one-room school with 20 pupils. The extreme cold, isolation, and lack of necessities was a challenge. Mollie boarded with a young family and had to eat cabbage fried in lard when the food ran out, and go to bed early when the coal oil ran out. The extreme cold meant frozen wash water and frozen inkwells. This photo was taken at her second, more comfortable posting at Roche Point School. As well as teaching at Golden and Roche Point, Mollie taught at Capilano Elementary and Queen Mary Junior High. Classes were large at Queen Mary, up to 45 pupils, and often the boys worked in the shipyards at night, making them very sleepy during school hours. In 1950, with the closure of Queen Mary, Mollie moved to the then-new Sutherland School, where each class registered 40 to 50 pupils. She taught mathematics, social studies, applied arts, and arts. It's estimated she taught about 2,000 students over her 40 years as a teacher. Mollie sponsored Red Cross youth clubs at all the schools where she taught, including her 22 years at Sutherland. Under her leadership, these clubs made up swabs for blood donor clinics, purchased wheelchairs, and assisted needy children at home and abroad. They also made donations toward dental care and eyeglasses for local children, and made up health kits. In 1972, the year she retired, she received the Badge of Service from the Canadian Red Cross for her many years of service. It seems when Mollie wasn't teaching, she was busy learning. These independent ladies are learning auto mechanics from David Bonar, so they could maintain their own vehicles. Mollie enjoyed collecting dolls and gained a reputation in the community for saving unwanted dolls from terrible fates by repairing them and making clothes for them. In 1994, she had 107 dolls. 36 were richly dressed, valuable dolls. 49 were rummage sale dolls or had been given to her, and some of these she gave away to little visitors. The remaining 22 dolls had been used as teaching aids by both Mollie and her mother, and were homemade of clay, twigs, fabric, or papier-mâché. All the dolls were sold in a private garage sale following Mollie's passing. Fortunately for the community, some of Mollie's paintings were acquired by close friends who donated them to us. Many of her paintings now adorn the walls at Mollie Nye House. They show her love of gardening, and flowers in particular. Mollie was often recognized for her contributions to the community. Here she is receiving the Centennial Medal from William Lucas at Sutherland School. Later she also received the Queen's Jubilee Medal, and the North Vancouver School Board honored her by naming a Teacher's Award for outstanding community service after her. On the occasion of North Vancouver's centennial in 1989, 100 worthy people were chosen for awards in 6 different categories. Mollie was presented with a Civic Award for Pioneer Educator. Mollie loved to garden and was a lifetime member of the Lynn Valley Garden Club. She won many prizes there and at the PNE for her flower displays and vegetables. Mollie was very generous with her plants, and many gardens in Lynn Valley contain plants that started from her cuttings. Mollie received many accolades for her contributions to the community of Lynn Valley. Here, Mayor Murray Dykeman is presenting her with her very own copy of the street sign that was named for her. I thought I would finish with this picture because it's so representative of Mollie's love for children all her life. Although she did not marry or have any children of her own, she was very fond of children and devoted her life to teaching them. In return, she was much loved and respected, not only by her students, but by the whole community. A gentle, caring lady who believed that learning brought happiness and self-esteem, who loved teaching children, restoring dolls, gardening and painting, and left her home to the community of her beloved Lynn Valley. We owe her a great debt of gratitude.